Hello students, I hope you all are doing well in your studies and you are safe and secure at your home with your relatives. In this particular video, we will read about Nissim Ezekiel. Nissim Ezekiel, as you have this poet and his poems, prescribed poems in your MA 4th semester and first paper, and that paper is having the code 4012 G4012. Yeah, of course, this Nissim Ezekiel is the prominent poet of post-independence India, and this poet was born in Bombay. He is called a city poet. That's why he is called a city poet. And he was born in Indian Jewish family. He was Jew, like Sigmund Freud by birth. He was of well-to-do family. His parents were educators. His father was a professor of botany and geology and served as a principal in several colleges. It means there was a kind of intellectual background. He had intellectual atmosphere in his own family, and these are the impressions, these are the causes, these are the influences that he turned to be a scholar. He turned to be a scholar. Next, his mother was the principal of a school, and that school was started by her. And this picture, in this particular picture, first picture is the blushing picture of Nissim Ezekiel. Nissim Ezekiel is in 70s. In this particular picture, he is in 70s. In the bottom picture, he is contemplating something, and he is sitting and he is thinking the ideas about his compositions. Here there are some facts, important facts about Ezekiel. Ezekiel, as you must know, Ezekiel is outstanding poet of post-independence India. He was born in Bombay in 1924 in Jewish family. He is called a city poet by the literary critics. He was in England. Yeah, this phase is very crucial in his life. This phase, 1900, from 1948 to 52, this phase of 4 years is the main developing factor in his life that caused him to be a poet, to be a flourishing poet. Then he returns to India. He returned to India in 1952, and this very year, this very 1952, this year, in the same year, his first poetic collection, first poetic anthology came to be published in 1952, and that was entitled A Time to Chase. Next, in England, he struggled much. He declared his struggle in Britain as philosophy, poverty and poetry shared his basement room. Later, he settled in Bombay University as a reader in American English literature. Of course, he was a scholar. He was such a great scholar, and that's why he had the post of a reader. Next, he has not only been a good poet himself, but he was also a cause of good poetry in others. It means he was not a poet, he taught others to compose poems. He trained the other poets too. He trained his contemporaries too. Next, Ezekiel received a Sahitya Academy Award. This is one more fact. Ezekiel received Sahitya Academy Award in 1983 and the Padma Shri, one of the highest civilian honors in India. He was 79 when he died on January 9, 2004 because he was suffering from Alzheimer's disease. Next, today the main important thing, we are going to read his poem Poet, Lover and Bird Watcher. This poem, the most important poem, one of the most important poems by Nissim Ezekiel, and Ezekiel's marvelous poetic mastery, artistry is reflected through this poem, and this is one of the best known poems by Ezekiel. And Ezekiel is known for such kind of poem, and there are the three figures. Of course, there are the three figures: poet, lover and bird watcher. These three figures, these three fellows have something in common. First one, poet, and poet is the mouthpiece of himself. And then comes bird watcher. Bird watcher is the person, one who does the catching of the birds, one who catches the birds. And then comes the lover. Lover is also there. One thing is common among them is patience of will. That's why the poet is dealing with these three figures. So let's recite his poem. So I am going to recite his poem. To force the pace and never to be still is not the way of those who study birds or women. The best poets who wait for words. The hunt is not an exercise of will, but patient love relaxing on a hill. To note the movement of a timid wing until the one who knows that she is loved. No lover waits but risks surrendering. In this, the poet finds his moral proved, who never spoke before his spirit moved. This is the very first stanza. In this lyric, the poet has divided his expression in two stanzas. In next stanza, the slow movement seems somehow to say much more. To watch the rarer birds, you have to go along deserted lanes and where the rivers flow in silence near the source, or by a shore remote and thorny like the heart's dark floor. And there the women slowly turn around, not only flesh and bone but myths of light. Yeah, of course, there is lot of difference between men and women, between lover and beloved. She is physically different, she is structurally different, as well as the ideas are different, the thoughts are different, the psychology is also different, with darkness at the core. And science is found, but poets lost in crooked. Yeah, very difficult to compose a poem. Poets lost in crooked, restless flight. The deaf can hear and blind can recover sight. Of course, where the things are impossible, the poet proves, the poet declares them possible. Next,